the desire to grow. Welcome to the show. Podcast link in the description or the bio above. What were some of the things you did? So as going back to the Laurier days now, I believe you were a part of the co-op program too. But what are some of the things you did during the university days that really helped you get the role you have today?
I think the first thing that I really did in university, first of all, Laurier set up a very strong program in terms of networking with individuals in your programs and also outside of your programs. Yeah. They had great O-week presentations, so that's called Orientation Week. Yeah. They just abbreviated to O-week. Yeah. But they have an amazing business program, and I think the co-op office also does a really good job to connect you with great companies, but also a scale of very wide companies. So it's like a mix from CPGs to IT companies to Big Four accounting, everything. So overall, the infrastructure of the school is great, and I think the way that they pass students through the program is awesome. So really big shout out to Laurier. I liked going to that school a lot. I think some of the things that I did on campus and really in university was, this is something that I began well before university, but it elevated in university, of surrounding myself with like-minded individuals. So other people that are, after this growth mindset and are continuing to evolve and want to better themselves. So making sure that those are my closest friends, because those are the people that'll keep you in check as well, because they'll really correct you in case that you're doing something that's against your goals. So making sure you're surrounded with like-minded individuals is really one of the key things. Another one in university was discipline and focus. And really the biggest one, the biggest reason why discipline and focus was important for me is because I had a goal. In first year in university, when I wanted to go there, my intention to go to the university was to go and be a part of the co-op program. So I needed to have discipline and I needed to be focused on that goal. And if I didn't do that, I knew I would have been upset 1 year from now and 1 year from then, and I would have regretted it and I would have regretted my choice. So, and I think that's really important, discipline and focus, is that I want to mention when we go through our programs for fitness and things like that, discipline is very key, because it's very easy to wake up one morning and be like, I'll just sleep an extra hour or I'll do this. But if you keep that discipline and remember why you're doing something, then keeping that on top of mind is what really helps you thrive and to get through that.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think it's very important to, of course, stay in the now, but also remember the end goal. What do you want to achieve, right? And the way you can do that is, of course, focusing on the now and doing that. So that's really good. Besides that, more from the discipline aspect, I know you're involved in school too a lot. Besides being a part of the co-op program, what else did you do in school that helped you a lot?
So what really helped is extracurriculars. So in university, with my like-minded friends and individuals, I was actually a part of a lot of intramural teams. So that was really fun, because you have some hobbies that are outside of your school as well. And when you're living away from home, all of your friends and family and stuff like that, you want to do other things on campus. But more importantly, I got involved with a lot of the on-campus business clubs. And the reason for that was because I remember I came to the school for one reason, and I really liked business as well, and I wanted to develop my business acumen. So I think at a small level or at a lower level, when you don't have any work experience, you're a first year university student or second year university student, how are you going to develop that business acumen? Through courses, that's one way that's going to happen, but then also through on-club activities, on-campus activities. So this one club that I was a part of, I started off as an events associate for sports management Laurier. That was 4 years later. I was the co-president of that club. So it was an awesome club. Shout out to SML. So when I was an events associate, I remembered some of the biggest things that we had to do is organize events for 100 to 200 people. And what I didn't realize at the time is that I was actually developing my prioritization skills, my organization skills, and I was developing my business acumen as well, because I had to really market these events to the entire campus and get X amount of people to attend. So I was already developing my business acumen there, and I think that's what helped a lot now into my co-op terms and then having my full-time job. So really, that's being on campus helped a lot. With those clubs, and I was also involved in DECA, so case competitions. Did quite a bit of case competitions. I think I did like 6 to 7 in first year, maybe in the first semester. I think it was a lot of case competitions. But with that, you don't have work experience, but you get to learn how these mock companies or how these older companies have really driven through so many different business problems and how have they gotten there. So I think that helped a lot as well. Case competitions is big. And finally, it when you're on these clubs, you also develop your network. You meet a lot of different students that are like-minded, and they also want to develop and grow just like you. So I think building your network, and also like the world is so small. I think like you never know what industry you're going to end up in after graduating or who you're going to know. But majority of the time, it does end up being like people that are like driven and into like growth, just like that. Yeah. So be close to your peers that are on campus. Like get involved as much as possible, and be interested. Find something that interests you and really like drives you, like makes you very happy. So I think that's super important as well.
Yeah, I love that insight. And if you notice, Maninder, when he touched on the topics, he didn't really mention too much about the actual school part. He was talking a lot about extracurriculars, being involved with things outside of school, inside school and outside of school. And that's what's really important. A lot of people focus on just going to class, getting your good grades, and that's it. But the dynamic we're living in right now, you have to do much more than that. And if you looked at Maninder's answer, he didn't even touch once on being in class or being in things. He talked about stuff outside the classroom, being involved in groups. And like you said, the soft skills that he was talking about before, a lot of those soft skills came from the student groups. That's how he was able to build those. You may build some knowledge about how a financial product or something works, but at the end of the day, the soft skills is what's going to get you the job, the internship. So I love how you touched on the extracurriculars, because I think that's huge, and especially the case competition, because you're actually solving actual business problems in the real world at your level. So you're actually you're providing solutions, and you're actually looking at real cases that businesses need to fix. I hope you all enjoyed the video. The full podcast episode will be available in the link in the description. It would mean a lot if you could like and subscribe. Also, please post your comments on any tips that you found that were helpful. This way I can make sure to ask these questions in future videos when I'm interviewing different industries. Thank you, and see you all next time.